I think culture has an enormous part to play in it. I think culture's behind a lot of our problems right now. If you look at something as fundamental as literacy, 2/3 of the illiterate community around the world, which is 757 million people, are women. And literacy, if people are illiterate, that becomes a barrier then to education, which becomes a barrier to economic independence, which then becomes a barrier to equality. So I think there's multifaceted problems. I think economics plays a huge role. I think education plays a huge role. And of course, underpinning all of that is cultural issues and potentially even the biological implications of, carrying children and having children.
The issue of literacy in the agenda of the gender debate, you have chosen literacy as being, if not the top, near the top. Why is that?
I've been interested in literacy recently because there's data that goes to show that literacy has a huge impact on many, many different social issues, including women's issues like female genital mutilation and the fact I just mentioned around how many, how high the proportion is of female literacy is. But then you also see issues like if you increase female literacy by 50%, you decrease infant mortality by 30%. So the implications of educating women are very profound. I don't think that's the singular problem that women have, but literacy is, I think, a key that we have to unlock many different problems, including gender-specific ones.
And how important do you consider it to be as somebody who has made their name in the fashion industry and in the modeling industry, which arguably, I mean, we can debate the rights and wrongs of that, but arguably is amongst the most ephemeral of industries in terms of the look rather than the substance. How important is it for you to delve deeper beyond that into these sort of issues?
Well, I only ever modelled part-time. I always stayed in school. I went through university, and so I've been very privileged in terms of the education I've had. And interestingly, fashion is one of the only industries that actually biases women, and women are usually, or female models anyway, are often paid more than male models. So I think I've probably had an interesting perspective on it, but I don't see that part of my career really of having any bearing in terms of thinking about these issues. I think I would think about them regardless of having done that job or not.